All right, hold on. Are we unmuted? I think there we are. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Welcome everybody to the Menopause Made More Joyful show. My name is Dawn Chubai, and this is such an exciting day because Colette Courtion is here, founder of Joylux. It's been a minute since you and I worked together.
I know, but we had so much fun working together back in the day up in Canada, and I just loved your energy, and it's just so great to have you here with us live from our headquarters.
Well, we've got some exciting products to show you. We're really about supporting you in your journey. And I was going to say, Colette, yes, perimenopause, yes, menopause, but just journey as a woman. So before we kind of get into the products, I wonder if just in your own words, you can share with everybody as we start to wait for everyone to come in a bit about why you created this fabulous company. And of course, it all started with our VFit.
Well, so first of all, I have always been someone that is wanting to help take care of people, help women live the best life possible. It started early on in my career when I opened at the time, which was one of the very first, now they're called medical spas. At the time, we called it a skin clinic. And it was all about helping women look and feel their best, regardless of where they were, regardless of what age, just using advanced tools and technologies to help women look and feel their best. Because I know, being a woman, that when you feel good about yourself, you can conquer the world. And so when I created VFit, it was out of my own personal journey of becoming a mother and then going through perimenopause right after I gave birth and realizing firsthand what women go through as they're going through these life's major milestones and the effect to their vaginal health, their overall health and well-being, which I will shout from the mountaintops today. Being a woman, what we have, our vaginal health is what is our superpower. It's what makes us women. And so we have to embrace it. We have to take care of it. We have to put as much attention on that as we do this here.
Yes. Yeah. And I would say, so by the way, if you're watching right now for the first time, welcome. You're here at exactly the right time. I'm usually live about every 2 weeks with Joylux, but this is the very first time we've been able to bring me here to Joylux headquarters. And we are talking about the VFit. So maybe you're somebody who suffers from a reduced amount of natural vaginal hydration, you're in the right place. Maybe you have a lack of self-confidence. I'm going to say in and out of the bed because our confidence, it's overall. Yes. It's overall. And Colette, you mentioned sort of leveraging some of the technology that you experienced back in your time at, again, what we're going to call it like a medi spa, clinical estheticians, all that kind of stuff. Red light therapy is not new.
Oh, no. We've been using red light therapy for a very long time. What I love about red light therapy, though, is regardless of where you put it, whether it's on your face or your body or in your vagina, the red light really acts as a tool to help your body do what it's naturally supposed to do. So red light activates the mitochondria in our cells, which then help it release the key chemicals necessary for rejuvenation of our body, whether it's ATP, which is the powerhouse of our cells that helps the production of collagen and elastin, or whether it's nitric oxide, which regulates blood flow. And we all know how important it is to have blood flow throughout our body, especially if we have a part of our body that's injured. You cut yourself, you need blood flow to help repair itself. So blood flow, ATP, which gives our body energy, all of these are essential. And that's what I love about red light, is it naturally tells your body to do what it's supposed to do by using that red light energy to communicate with your cells.
Red light, sonic vibration, gentle heat. If we can, let's put up what happens to our skin.
Yes.
As we age, because Colette, this is where I think it really starts to make sense, because we're used to buying lotions and potions and doing red light and microdermabrasion and microneedling and all these things on our face to stimulate collagen, to bring back levels of moisture naturally. And so it stands to reason that what happens to it on our face and the rest of our body is also happening in our intimate areas. So tissue laxity, bladder leakage, vaginal dryness, pain with intercourse, all things that the VFit helps with.
Well, what I love about the VFit and red light technology is that it's improving your health and well-being. And ultimately, when everything is functioning as we intended it to, as life intended to, then you will live a more confident life. You will be more confident in your daily activities. You'll be more confident with your partners, whether it's intimate or a single partner. Let's just be clear, my husband, right? Not partners, plural.
That's the blue. And while Colette is talking about the benefits, Lauren, let's pop up the clinicals, because this is what you're talking about, what we can experience.
Yes, and what I think is really important is that anytime you're improving the health and well-being of your pelvic floor, of your vaginal tissue, you're going to feel overall improved sensation. It's going to make everything feel and work better. You're going to see that natural hydration, that improved, what we call natural lubrication. And it's obvious, right? Like when we are engaged in sexual activity and having more sex and healthy sex and good sex, then everything just starts to work better. And that's what the VFit is really encouraging. What I love too is that women that use VFit just overall have a better self-confidence. They feel more empowered in the bedroom. They feel more confident about their body. And that's really, at the end of the day, what matters most.
So I'm showing everyone right now our pro version. Halle Berry herself called this a game changer that every woman should have. And congratulations, by the way, too. It wasn't that long ago that this very device received a Menopause award.
Oh, from Oprah.
Oprah. Like, how exciting is that?
Oh my gosh. She is like the, gold stamp of all gold stamps, right? To have Oprah say this is a tool that every woman in perimenopause or menopause needs is so important.
Yeah, and we're going to go back to this device a little bit later, because we have 3 types of VFit, and I'll go through what they all are in just a second. But if you are interested in sort of like the Halle Berry zhuzhin here, this is the pro device. This is the one that Halle Berry's like, I want the pro. I want the advanced features.
And it's designed, she designed this. I mean, the handle is that beautiful chrome.
As opposed to
the original, which original is great too. But she wanted to have her own design, look and feel. And so she specifically had us make it chrome because it's very high tech, very modern.
Yeah. And she also, along with Dr. Sarah, we should also mention Dr. Sarah, formulated this incredible lube, FDA approved lube, already top rated. And by the way, Dr. Sarah is a board certified OBGYN. So as we talk through all of our products, including our vaginal hydration melts, which we'll get to in just a second, just know that you've got the powerhouse female-backed team, Colette Courtion. We've got Dr. Sarah, and then of course Halle Berry has found her way, and appropriately so, because really you are changing the face of what menopause and later years can look like.
And I think it's really important to note that Halle Berry is not a paid celebrity.
That is actually a very important distinction.
That is really important.
Yes.
She called us when she was suffering from her own issues, and sex for her wasn't quite the same. Her libido wasn't what it used to be. Someone recommended VFit. She tried it and it changed her life. So she called us and said, I want to be part of your team. I want to be part of your company. I want to help educate women on the importance of taking care of their pelvic floor, the importance of sexual function, and having, bottom line, a great sex life. And here she is living her best life yet. She's in her second act. She's going to be almost 60, which you would never know, because this woman is drop dead gorgeous without even a tint of makeup. She is just drop dead gorgeous. And she wanted to join our team because she wanted to help women, empower them to, again, embrace their sexuality and get that confidence that we all need, especially in our later life.
Yeah. And so if you're shopping right now, the device I was showing you with the Chrome, this is the Pro device. So the mechanism is the same. This will get you there faster. There are some advanced features. Now, this does not come in a bundle. So if I can boldly also recommend that for a 45% increase in the energy, you're going to add the photonic gel. The photonic gel, again, formulated by Dr. Sarah. So this is clean, pH balance, doesn't mess with your microbiome, but it does get you those results faster. So that it's also got a little slip to it, which I think is nice because it makes it nice and comfortable as well.
I like showing this because I can really demonstrate how this improves the power. So here's our light device. We're going to put the gel on.
Oh, I haven't even seen this. This will help me with
and then what you're going to notice is the actual strength of that LED, and you can almost, let's see, can you see? I see it.
It's like a dome. It's
exactly.
Like a cabochon. It's like a cabochon.
Yes. So that's that light there. Can you see that? That is that photonic gel amplifying the light energy, helping it be more effective so that when you use it, one, it helps with the comfort, but it actually amplifies that light energy, and you could see it. It's so beautiful here, especially.
Let's see if you move it back, maybe again. Yeah, there we go. And if we go.
Actually, I think if you don't, moving closer, you could just see that light amplified by that light energy.
That is amazing.
That is, worth 1,000 words right there. That picture.
And by the way, and again, it has now. We've got a lot of things that, we got lubes and we've got photonic gels and we've got the Revitalizer Vulva Serum and, we've got Let's Spin. So this photonic gel is for your device. Now, does it also have skin loving ingredients? Yes, it does.
Of course, everything we do here at Joylux is pH balanced, clean ingredients, and what we call toxic ingredients, right? So things that are good for your body. And that's really important because our tissue is very absorptive down there. It's delicate. So anything we put down there in our area will go into our body a lot quicker than if you put it on your face. So it's important that the ingredients be clean, pH balanced, and that's important because we don't want to cause irritation to that tissue. So it's pH balanced, clean, and really going to help women with their sexual function and overall general wellness down in that area.
Yeah, and I will say now, I can't speak to everyone's health plans, but what I will say, there are some health plans where your VFit is covered, so be sure to check with your provider. But if you're thinking to yourself, like the investment, so first of all, we have 3 VFits. Let me explain what the differences are. So first of all, this is our classic. Proven mechanisms, all of them have the same mechanism. There are a few slight differences. So white looks beautiful, nice and clean, very
clean,
refined,
very modern,
right?
Very high tech.
We have this available on its own at $395, but we have a starter kit also, which gives you kind of all the things you need, and it works out to be a really nice
And you need
saving.
to get the starter kit because you really need the photonic gel and the photonic wipes to help you with your VFit experience, but protect your investment, right? These are ingredients that were designed specifically to be used with this medical grade silicone, to be used with red light technology. So it's very important that you get the bundle set, and you save when you get the bundle.
Well, and
the starter set.
Yeah, and to me that makes the most sense. Now, there also is another bundle. So again, not to confuse the situation, the rose gold is the classic, but with the elevated design of the rose gold.
That's right.
Now we do have it's the empowerment bundle, which gives you not only the photonic wipes, you get the photonic gel. You'll hold that up, Colette. But you also get the Revitalize Her
moisturizer as well. This is the thing that women don't quite understand. I've said this before, and I'll say it to you again. We got to take care of our tissue down there, our skin down there, like we do our face, right? So you cannot put just any old lotion on your vulva tissue because it's delicate. It has a different pH than the rest of our body. So you want to have ingredients that are clean, non-toxic, pH balanced, and really hydrating and nourishing, just like skincare up here. We want to put serums up here. We want to put them down there. You should.
Yes.
Secret though, I use this all over my face.
I know.
Because it has the same beautiful, beautiful ingredients that you really help with moisture. Coconut oil, jojoba oil, beeswax, which is really nourishing, antioxidant. I think there's like 14 or 18 antioxidants in this. It is so lovely that I use it on my face. I use it on my hands. I use it on my décolleté. It's beautiful.
Well, and can I say, so, and first of all, when we talk about we need serum here, we need serum there, please do not use your typical face serums or creams down there because those often have actives and all that. And you don't want that. This has been formulated by Dr. Sarah. Let's take a look at picture again of Dr. Sarah there because she is such a key element in these formulations. They're all science-backed. We've got clinicals behind every single one. And while, yes, this is designed for your vulva, and just for the education, Colette, again, vagina is inside, vulva outside.
Outside, your outside tissue.
Yes.
We all kind of call it our vagina, but it is technically your vulva. So here,
I love it.
This is our puppet friend. So this here, your tissue outside is your vulva. This is your clitoris. Inside would be your vagina.
Right.
So that goes inside.
Yes.
Oh, look here.
Only till the edge of the light. So don't be scared about this thing here.
See, this is the part that's inside, not the outside.
That's the brain. This is the brain.
Yeah. So this stays outside. It's just really until the red lights. Actually, you don't even need to go that far. See that?
How do I score myself one of those little stuffed animals?
Do you know I had this made from someone in Europe?
It
was very hard to get.
I feel like I need one of those for my shows. I'm sitting there trying to describe. I mean, gosh, we could give all sorts of lessons here. But
exactly.
The one thing I wanted to mention too, because Colette, you mentioned also, and by the way, if you're interested, this is called Revitalize Her. It is available in our bundle that has the rose gold, but you can also pick this up on yourself. I would say at $49. Your face would be lucky to experience the ingredients are in here. I mean, you know me, I've sold tons of skincare
that kills me.
You
don't spend hundreds of dollars on that those serums for your face. Just get this, use it down there, use it here. Yeah. It is so lovely.
Yeah, that was my point, is you would be so lucky. And it has you talk about the oils, but it's got this beautiful mandarin orange blossom oil, which is great. Fabulous. It's the same, by the way, scent as we have with the She Bar. So if you want to pick these up together, it's a really nice sort of story.
And that's kind of our signature scent, because it's a universal scent that is really refreshing. Everybody likes it. It's like eating a fresh orange, right?
Yes.
Who doesn't love a fresh orange?
So good.
So both the She Bar, also, all the lovely ingredients.
Not soap.
Not the non-soap soap, we call it. And then Revitalizer both have that mandarin orange blossom scent.
Oh, I'm just checking all the comments. So we have several of you. So we've got a few of you that have purchased already, or at least added to cart. Don't forget to close out your cart, but a number of you have picked up our Plus, our Pro version, which is the
But we didn't even talk about what makes this so special. We started to, then we got distracted.
We interrupt ourselves. I'm just checking to make sure there's no questions. Okay, so first of all, yes, I was going through classic with fun design special bundle, but the Pro, and I know we've got a slide we can show, has some advanced features. The mechanisms are the same, you use it the same, but let's explain.
So the Pro version, or actually we call it the Plus, has 30% more LED power. It offers a 12-minute session time, and it has 4 more vibration modes. So you really are getting quite a very powerful red light device with the Pro version or the Plus version. This is typically, I think we call it Pro because this was originally only available in our physician offices.
Right.
So you would have to go to a doctor's office here in the United States to pick up a Pro model, but now we allow anybody to carry it. It's called a Plus, but you are getting more bang. You are getting 30% more power. And the idea behind this is, more power, less treatment time, right? So you're going to get to where you want to go quicker.
Now, I will say that this particular Plus version does not come in a bundle. So please, gets you there faster, but even faster still with the photonic gel.
Yeah, so then again, you add that photonic gel on top of the Pro model, right? This Plus model, and you're getting the most powerful red light device on the market. Side note, we have completely tested this against other red light devices on the market. Ours delivers the most power, what we call irradiance. If you're really technical, if you want to chat GPT or Claude this, irradiance is the key word. This delivers 150 milliwatts per centimeter squared of power. Up to then, when you consider the 12-minute time, we're delivering upwards of 23 joules per centimeter squared of irradiance and power. Check that out. Google it, Claude it, Chat GPT it, whatever tool you use. That is the highest, most powerful LED device on the market, because what we do here at Joylux is we give the best science, the best technology, the best research behind this, because I am just like you. I am a woman using this, and I only want the best.
Yes. And by the way, as Colette mentioned, this was previously only available in clinics and doctors' offices. In fact, highly recommended by doctors. Let's take a look at what some of the physicians, OBGYNs, like Dr. Sarah, but also other than Dr. Sarah. I mean, this has really become a wellness, I'm going to say must have for many, because what are the alternatives, right? Like right now, a lot of people, if they're dealing with vaginal dryness, right? They might be thinking, okay, hormone replacement therapy. You can still do hormone replacement therapy.
In fact, hormone replacement therapy is still the gold standard for anyone going through perimenopause and menopause. We love hormone replacement therapy. We're all on hormone replacement therapy here at Joylux. But what this does that is different is it helps your body naturally do what it's supposed to do by activating the mitochondria in the cells, getting that energy flowing, getting that blood flow going, getting that ATP in back and working like it's supposed to. These are all really essential to improving your overall health and well-being. That's really important. That's what we are all about at Joylux, is we are here to improve your well-being. That is critical. That's what we wake up every morning to do, because we are you. All of us are women here.
53, just going through it.
Yes, we're all women here. We have a couple of guys, but mostly, the 95% of the team here is women. We understand what you're going through, and we're here to support you and bring you tools, bring you products that enhance your overall health and well-being and give you that confidence to be the woman that you always have been. It's bringing that out. Especially as we get older, we own who we are, and let's embrace it.
What's the next level, right? In video games, and you always want to get to the highest level. And somehow, as women, when we age, it turned into this like, oh, we're older. It's like, no, we're reaching a new level, but we want the tools and the devices and the support that we get from Joylux. I just wanted to refer back to that hormone replacement. I was live earlier today on some other platforms, and I kind of likened it to like, where does this fit? This literally is your personal trainer.
Yes,
and
I love that.
And I look at it as hormone replacement as part of like, it's like health and diet. Yeah. Well, I kind of look, this is the personal trainer. This is also working not only just your pelvic floor strength, which I know so many of you do your Kegels. And if you're doing them right, then you should set up a course and charge money for that, because most people don't. But even if you're doing Kegels, and especially if you're doing Kegels, you can still only kind of, I like to say, work so many areas because of the several sonic modes, because of the red light. Something Kegels can't do is work on the tissue.
Right. And that blood flow, right? Like blood flow is so important to our health and well-being. It's very well understood about blood flow. We read about it for all other parts of our body. I use the example of you cut yourself, you injure yourself. Why does that heal? Why does that part of your body heal? It's because the blood is bringing oxygen, proteins, nutrients to that area where you've injured yourself, and it repairs itself naturally. So that is what the VFit is doing. It's helping support your body. It's promoting that health and well-being, so your pelvic floor functions as it should. With hormone therapy, without hormone therapy, with all these other tools, it's elevating it. It's taking up that notch. And to your point, it's your personal trainer. It's like, I can go home and do stomach crunches all day long. Guess what? I'm not very good at it, and I never do enough. But when I go to my Pilates class and I'm on that reformer and that thing and I'm crunching and crunching, I get a totally different workout.
Yeah, you can't mess this up. First of all, you get the app, which you can also run the device on the app, your VFit. It will send you reminders, and the protocol is very simple. Now, this is regardless of whether you get the classic or the classic with the rose gold or the pro. We'll explain the slight difference on the pro when it comes to treatment time, but you're starting off 6 minutes every other day for 1 to 2 weeks. You'll kind of know when it's time to move on. Then you're going to go to 8, same kind of time. Then you're going to go to 10. If you have the plus or the pro device, you're going to go up to 12 minutes, but that's kind of it. So I don't, maybe you're surfing the web, You're probably checking your TikToks, drinking your coffee. You can use this any time of day. So if you
Watching
prefer,
TV.
well, and it's a nice gentle heat as well. Now we have some comments. I just want to say, so Wendy said, so let me go to Renee first. Renee said, can I get the same results with the original VFit in serum? Okay, let me just clarify. So this is the classic, okay? It's not a serum you're using with. I know they're all kind of, it's confusing. What this is a photonic gel. So yes, these work together, and yes, you can use this with your original. If you already have the classic and maybe you haven't picked up this, or it's been a while since you used it, grab some of the photonic gel. We have it separately. If you are on the classic and you want the extra benefits of what we have here, it's a simple software upgrade, which is really nice. It's not like go buy another device.
Well, but let me explain. Yes, you get the same results whether you use the original, the classic, or the Halle Berry version, or even the beautiful gold. The difference is how quickly you get there. And it's all about the power that you are, that the device is emitting. The Pro, the Plus model, we keep calling Pro. It's technically the Plus. The Plus
but it's like
model,
but it's the professional model.
But
yes,
the
I know.
Plus model gets you there quicker. It has the 12-minute treatment time. It has the up to 23 joules per centimeter squared of power. This gets you there. This is 17 joules per centimeter squared. But what we know is that when we've studied this, when we've done consumer studies, women get there in about 6 weeks with this device. With this device, they got there as soon as 3 weeks,
Wow.
4 weeks. So it gets you there quicker, but both get you to the end goal, where
Right.
you want to be, where you feel that your pelvic floor health, your vaginal health has improved, your sexual function has improved. That's what you're looking for, your confidence, both will get you there. It's just whether you want to be on the fast train or they're both fast, right? Like,
yes.
To me, when I designed this, it was like, we are busy women. We don't have a lot of free time to ourselves. I have a 11-year-old child who is so busy. He keeps me, running around the clock. So I needed a tool that was quick, that only required a 10-minute investment in your time every other day for like up to 6 weeks. And I say, we as women
yes.
deserve that 10 minutes of self-care, self-love. That's super important.
But I also think too, and please feel free to chime in. Renee, I'm going to answer the second part of your question in a second. But, this doesn't have to be like another thing you add to your list, Colette, because literally, and I hope that you don't feel you have to multitask everything in your life. But if you are sort of thinking, how do I fit one more thing in? Like, okay, fine. Maybe you're not using it when you're making the kids' lunches, but you can do it when you're having your morning coffee in bed.
Right. I do it in the evening time.
I thought you were going to say, do you do it when you make the kids' lunches? I was like, okay.
I do it when I'm watching TV. Once I put my son to bed, I give myself 10 minutes. My husband's not even in the room. I just do 10 minutes of what I call self-care. And it's really important that we women give that to ourselves.
Do your face mask while you're at it.
I do. I have a collection.
Yeah. And again, we've seen this kind of technology in, things like pads for athletes or people that have like injuries to help with inflammation. And by the way, working at the shopping channel, we would sell those face masks at well over $1,200.
Oh my God.
For the red light therapy. So without question, I know that maybe this is a considered purchase for someone, $395. Let me tell you, we also have for $169, you can get this home. We have payment plans available that
the membership program,
right? Where
you get all the products, you get all the tools to help you improve your wellness, your vaginal wellness, your sexual function.
Yeah, and that's so important. And so, I said this earlier too, Colette, is anytime we're investing in something, of course we have to consider, but I would ask, what is the cost of not making a change? So unlike, if I don't color my hair, great, fine, the gray will be there or whatever. But, when it comes to protecting your intimate health, it's not like things go on pause by not doing anything, where in lots of cases it is. With our intimate health, especially as women, because let's look at what happens to our body and our skin. We just naturally start to see a decline. So if we do nothing, we actually get worse.
It's a good analogy is going and working out at the gym. When you're in your 20s and you gain a little weight and you go to the gym, it may not take you very long to get that off because you're young and your body really responds quickly to the what you're doing in the gym, right? It's the workout. But when you're in your 50s, taking 5 pounds of weight off is really challenging. It is really hard. So that's why it's so important that, to your point, that you get on this program, you stick with it, because you don't want to start after it's too late, after you've created all the problems. You want to start early. You want to get on it. You want to take care of your vaginal wellness sooner than later.
And it's part of our overall wellness, Colette. So the other thing I would like to point out, that although we tend to have this conversation surrounding perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, if you, just like you don't necessarily have to wait till you're out of shape to go to the gym, you also don't have to wait till your vagina's out of shape to work on the fitness of your vagina. If you can delay,
exactly,
like if you could, like, I wish we would have had this when my mom was.
We're seeing it in the skincare industry. We're seeing more and more young women proactively do things before the issues. Like, they're going and getting Botox in their early 30s to prevent the wrinkles, so that when they're 50, they don't have wrinkles. So I encourage any woman that is young to start taking care of her pelvic floor health right away, so you can avoid these issues. We haven't even talked about really because this is the perfect tool to proactively take care of your health. This is our newest vaginal melt. It is like giving your vagina a boost of hydration. It's like that big tall cup of juice water, or that Gatorade to just quench that thirst. Well, your vagina needs that thirst too. It needs that boost of hydration, and that's what we've created here. It's a vaginal melt. It has 15 milligrams of hyaluronic acid.
No one else has that much.
There may be a few, so I can't say no one else. But I will tell you, the majority of the other brands in the market, the leading brands out there, they have, most of them are 5 milligrams. So we're 3 times stronger than most. A couple have 10 milligrams that I know of. So we're still a lot stronger than the 10. But we're 15 milligrams of hyaluronic acid. That means this little melt has more of the hyaluronic acid than most of the products out there today. And why hyaluronic acid is so important, and you've been hearing it a lot in drinks, in your skincare for your face, is that hyaluronic acid binds moisture, and it holds something at like 1,000 times its weight in water. So it really takes any kind of moisture or water you already naturally have in your tissue, and it helps bind it together, which then makes it more lubricated, more hydrated.
It's concentrated hydration.
The other thing it has is coconut oil, and we love coconut oil. It's a great form of natural hydration. Coconut is natural, and so it has coconut oil. It has aloe. That's another thing that's really good to soothe skin. When you have a sunburn, what do you put on your skin? Aloe, right?
Cuts and scrapes. We did all that.
Yes, as kids, mom would always reach for the aloe plant and put aloe directly on your cut. So this is really important for delicate, intimate tissue, especially when we're having sex. And let's just be honest, there's different sizes out there, and different sizes means different comfort levels. And what this is helping is just to really hydrate and make it feel very soothing and comfortable.
Yeah, immediate but ongoing support. So this is like, and listen, we recommend, what is it, a couple of times a week?
2-3 times a week.
And if you need more, you can. I mean, you're getting a month's supply. You can buy it one time, but I am going to recommend subscription. First of all, even on the 1 month, if you sign up for a subscription, you're going to save 12%. So it's like 49 versus 43. And you can cancel that.
Yes.
And you can cancel that subscription anytime. If you get the 3-month, the per month price drops because you're committing to the 3-month subscription, and it's like $35 versus $49. So.
And based on the level of hydration, when you think about it on a per melt basis, it's less than what, $3.50. So let's think about what $3.50 can buy you today. I don't even think you can get a cup of coffee anymore for
at $3. A terrible gas station.
Maybe a cup of coffee for $3.
Barely is what I'm saying. Like, and that's for something that doesn't give you long-term benefit, that again helps in so many ways. So, we're building, Colette, this toolkit of support. Yes. Now we have a question. We have, and don't worry, Felicia, we're going to get to your question, but Renee said, how is the serum? So she's talking about the serum from the vaginal inserts. Well, first of all, the serum is for the outside, for your vulva. This is for your vagina.
So the exterior of your intimate area down there, that's called your vulva. And that's, it's the skin that folds down there. That's your vulva. And we want you to use the serum for your external dryness. You're dry down externally like you are on your other parts of your body. So that's for external. The melt is for internal. So think of it goes inside right there, and it helps give your internal skin that extra boost of hydration, like skincare for inside, skincare for outside.
Okay, someone asked, and I'm really glad someone else asked this, because when I was doing my product training with Heather, who, by the way, Heather is moderating. So give a wave to Heather, who is moderating the chat. We're trying to also verbalize the answers, but Heather is also answering them in the chat. If you're watching on social media, please join us at joylux.com. Those are the comments that we are moderating, and you can still watch the presentation. But she said, can the melts be messy? Because the thing I said is like, with that much hyaluronic acid, am I going to be dripping it out? And she laughed, and she's like, actually, that's a really good question.
Yeah, it's a great question, but why we designed this is we really want it to be mess free. We don't want it to come out in your underwear. So one, we recommend you use it at night so that when you go to bed, you lie horizontally and it helps your body then absorb that. But personally, it is really hydrating and it binds it, and it's, to me, very mess free,
right?
Drip free.
And again, formulated by Dr. Sarah, and you've got like a whole team of like scientists and laser doctors and all sorts like that.
I will say we are not first to market with these vaginal melts. There's others out there, but it took us a while to do it because we wanted it to be perfect. We wanted to have the right concentration of hyaluronic acid, of coconut oil, of aloe. So we took a long time formulating this before we brought it to market to have the very best. So at Joylux, we are science-backed. We are we have a doctor, an OBGYN working on these formulations, making sure they are the very best before we take them to market. So we took a little longer than most, but it is the best one out there.
Well, and I will say, and just, as I look at the entire product lineup that is designed for her, right? Like obviously we've got our VFit, but we've got our serum, we've got our melts, we've got the.
What about Let's Spin? We haven't even talked about.
Oh, trust me, I go through this all the time. So just to give you a clarification, like we're looking at different stages or different scenarios. So if you're looking for sustained support with your moisture, that is where the melt comes in. If you're looking for the device, again, the wellness device that has that incredible red light therapy for training your vagina and everything to, create its own natural moisture. And then we've got also support for when you're having your sexy time.
Your sexy time also needs a little, juice, a little.
What did Hallie say to Oprah? Like, if you want your juicy peach.
Yeah, if you want if you want your vagina juicy as a
peach.
That's where this comes in. And this is an intimacy gel, or aka a lubricant, but it's an elevated bedroom experience. So what Hallie first did is she designed this, and it's a beautiful glass bottle. And why that's important is she wanted it to be proudly distributed or displayed by your bed, right? Because you don't want to have to fumble in your bedroom drawer for the device or, for the lubricant. You want it there. And you shouldn't be embarrassed by this, right?
It's so elegant.
We don't want any ugly KY jelly by our bed,
or the blueberries smelling,
or the Astroglide. Like, that is so 1980s.
I also don't know who formulated that. Like, I trust Dr. Sarah. I don't know who formulated the other stuff.
This also has hyaluronic acid in it. It also has 15 milligrams of hyaluronic acid. So you are going to get that, juicy like a peach experience. Yes. It is FDA cleared. That's really important. It's gone through all the testing that we need to do to make sure it's not irritating, that it's clean, that it's appropriate for lubrication. Unscented. It also is condom compatible, which is really important. We did a lot of testing around condom compatibility. This is perfect for that. So if you have intercourse with condoms, this is safe to use. That's very important.
And also safe if you are using a pleasure toy.
Yep.
It's safe for that. Usually they're silicone based, so it's totally safe for that
It's
as well.
silicone safe. It has that very silky experience.
It's very elegant. Yeah.
Very hydrating. I don't know if you could see on my skin.
Well, like what lube has like most lubes would never even think to put hyaluronic acid.
We were, again, one of the first, because we looked at it like we look at skincare, right? We put hyaluronic acid here on our face to help moisturize the skin here. We did the same with Let's Spin. It's all about hydrating that vaginal tissue. If you're experiencing vaginal dryness or pain with sex, then this is a lubricant, an FDA cleared lubricant that is very feels just wonderful in the moment. So this is your go-to. You're about to get sexy with your partner, with whomever, with your toy.
Yes.
And this is the product.
Yes, and the product for your device, for your VFit, is the photonic gel for inside your vagina for support and comfort and sustained moisture. That's where the melt comes in. And then
your revitalizer is for your external vulva tissue.
Yes.
And I think, again, it's important to note that these are all tools for you to use as part of your vaginal wellness, your pelvic floor wellness toolkit. Again, one size does not fit all for our face. There are hundreds, thousands of skincare products based on your skin type, your needs, your the things that you want to solve for. So we've done the same here at Joylux. Is we have a whole suite of products. Many of these can be used together. This used together, this used together.
We had a question. Can you use the vaginal melts? I can't remember who it was because I don't think I can scroll up. But someone asked, can you use the vaginal melts on the same day you use your hormone cream?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, they're very compatible with all of your other things that you use, whether it's vaginal estrogen, HRT, whatever you're using, a Kegel exercise or whatever you're using. These products are designed to be compatible. Although having said that, we have not specifically tested each of these products in combination.
Yeah.
So just be clear, we have not gone out and tested each one, but we've designed them. That's the key thing. We've designed them to be compatible with other products.
So Felicia had asked, and I know a lot of people ask about this, because if you're using this for the first time, like it might take you a second to kind of just get the feeling for it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we've had questions in the past about, is there a smaller version? There isn't. This is the way it's got to be.
And so here's, I want everybody to understand something, that this is designed to fit most everybody. It is actually, it is the common size of a penis.
Right.
So this is the average penis girth, the width is the size of the VFit. So again, not every woman can handle that. If you're more petite or you haven't had intercourse in a long time, because there is that, if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you haven't had intercourse in a long time, if you are perhaps a little older, more mature, then maybe this may be a little snug for you. So what we recommend you do, what Dr. Sarah does, is you use it slowly at more on the external side. So don't insert it all the way, just the tip, kind of massage it around. Definitely make sure you have your photonic gel, as that will help. And as you're exposing the external tissue to the light, it will help, again, get everything working. So eventually you can insert the entire tip in. However, there's one important thing for anybody. This is key. Everybody pay real close attention to this. This does generate a warm, gentle heat. Everybody's perception of heat is different. So you only do it till you feel comfortable doing it. If it feels too warm, you stop, and then wait another day until the next day, try it again. Eventually your body gets accustomed to the heat. So for women that are new to this, maybe you start off at 6 minutes and then you stop. If it feels too warm, stop. Then you go to 8 minutes once your body is accustomed to that heat. Then you go to 10, and then you go to 12 if your body can feel it. But again, every woman is unique, And so your perception of heat will be very different. I have some women that say, I don't even feel the heat.
Yeah.
You know what? I say you probably have a very healthy vagina, because
Right.
that means you have a lot of blood flow, and blood flow works to what we call, it's a heat sink. It works to dissipate heat when you have blood flow. So you probably have very healthy vaginal tissue if you don't feel the warmth.
Right. So to that point, as you start to get accustomed to it and get your vagina in shape, remember, this is your personal trainer, you will start to notice perhaps it doesn't feel as warm. Now, it's 40 degrees Celsius. That is not some random number. I mean, the science backing behind
There's
this.
very specific reasons why we chose that, because we know our body responds to that heat and encourages that blood flow. It promotes that blood flow when you're at 40 degrees. Now, we are talking a lot about this app, but I got to tell you, this app that works in conjunction with this device is absolutely also a must-have.
Which is free.
And it's free. And when you download it, the experience you're going to have, it's going to ask you questions that are about your overall perimenopause, menopause, midlife experience,
Like symptoms and
symptoms that you may be feeling that are totally unrelated to why you have the VFIT,
and might be different than other people's symptoms.
right? But why that is important is because then we provide you with insights, education, articles, stories about perimenopause that help you then have a better transition, that help you experience perimenopause, menopause the best you can, because we have a lot of insights about this phase of your life. With Dr. Sarah, she is not only board certified as an OBGYN, she's also certified as a functional menopause doctor. And so she has a lot of insights on how you can best live your menopause journey. And so this app helps you with the VFIT. It gives you programs, it gives you alerts, reminders, helps you stay on your VFIT program, but it also provides you general health and wellness tips about menopause.
Okay, so an AG, this is a totally valid question. She wants to know, is the app secure? This is a pretty intimate, and I wouldn't want the information hacked.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Because remember, this is me. I'm using this.
Yes.
So, anything that we have you all doing, we're using. So yes, it is so secure. In fact, there is only one person on our team that actually can even access the database, and not with individuals, but just general.
Your privacy is protected.
Yes, it's very, and we never sell your data. We don't share it with anybody else. It's very secure, very private.
Yeah, and so, and I would say, like, you're going to get the calendar reminders. You can actually control your VFIT and your experience using the app. And I would say too that it's so important, if you haven't sort of added Joylux to your friends list on Instagram and stuff, you guys put together you women, I shouldn't say you guys, put together such comprehensive information. Dr. Sarah, I mean, she is everybody's OBGYN.
It's like having an OBGYN in your pocket. That's literally like our social channels, our app. It's like having this information. It's really relevant. We understand this is not ChatGPT content, right? This is coming from years and years and years of expertise, hearing all these wonderful stories from women on what they're going through, and then taking that and writing articles that better support you.
So, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring up Dr. Sarah again is she provides, like, I think she even just did like a Q&A not that long ago. So periodically on Facebook, Colette will sometimes appear, or Dr. Sarah, but there's a lot of education. And so, and it's not always about the Joylux product. She will talk about menopause in general, because we want to be that safe space for you, so that there's not that feeling like you don't have anybody. If you've ever felt alone, if you've ever felt like you couldn't talk to somebody, or if you've even been kind of like stigmatized a bit, or felt like your doctor didn't understand. I mean, obviously you need to go to your doctor for certain things, but for general information, or to ask those what are often feel like uncomfortable questions, Dr. Sarah and the Joylux team, even if you call customer service, they make you feel like, gosh, you've just come home to your best friends. Now, there's the number there. You can call anytime if you have questions about the products.
You actually will get a live human if you want to talk to a live human. Like, that's important. And because we care about you. And I built this company with me in mind. How do I want to be treated as a customer? How do I want to be treated as a woman? What tools do I want in this phase of my life? How do I want to interact with the app that is not giving me a bunch of garbage and nonsense, but actually enhances my well-being? That's where everything we've designed is through the lens of a woman going through this, because we as the team are all going through this. Mm-hmm. We're not, a bunch of 20-year-olds. We are We are women in our perimenopause, menopause, and in most cases, postmenopause years. And so we understand what the issues are, what you're feeling emotionally, how this impacts your confidence, how it impacts the relationships with your partner, with your children, with your family, with your friends.
With yourself.
Yes, with yourself. And so we really, truly understand it, and we care about you because we put us in the shoes of you. And so anything we do is with your health and well-being in mind, because it's our health and well-being.
And so when I bring up Dr. Sarah, because as an OBGYN, and you probably had scenarios too where you've asked like the uncomfortable questions, like, I don't feel fresh down there and all that. Dr. Sarah, obviously, you would typically know if something's wrong. And Dr. Sarah on one of her pieces of content said, like, listen, if you're starting to smell like this, you probably should see a doctor. But I want to talk about the She Bar. And before we get into this, I want to say that we as women, we often have like our natural fragrance stigmatized for a variety of reasons, and it usually stems, unfortunately, from men and their perception of what we should smell like or what we should look like. So our self-confidence sometimes down there with our fragrance.
Sure.
So let's assume everything's normal. We all have unique fragrances, and yet we wanted to create She Bar.
Yeah, this is a really funny story. So yes, we all have our own scent that is natural to our body. It tends to be a little more musky. It's not that summer's eve floral. We're running through the lily or the lilac patches or lavender patches, whatever. It's not that. But we feel confident about it because society has made it feel like that's not good,
right?
That it's not natural. So, but when you go to a doctor and you say, I don't really care for that musky scent, or my husband doesn't care for it, they will say to you, and Dr. Sarah will say this first and foremost, she'll say, all you should be washing with is water. Do not put anything down there. That's a very natural scent. It's how your body was intended. Just keep it that way. And I said, yeah, but that's not reality, because my husband doesn't like it. I don't like it. And I want to feel fresh. So I challenged Dr. Sarah. I said, if you're so against products down there, create me products that you would use that are good, that are have a fresh scent, but also are pH balanced so they don't irritate the tissue, that have ingredients that are natural, like that coconut oil, jojoba oil, antioxidants. And so she created this soap out of a challenge with me, because I said, I'm not just washing with water down there, especially after exercising. I really want something to help keep me fresh. So I challenged her, and she came up with the She Bar, and it is hands down the best non-soap cleansing thing. We don't even sometimes know what to call it, because it does not have the soap ingredients.
Even the bubbles are different. Like the bubbles are more like when you're blowing bubbles, like they're light, airy bubbles. Yes. They're not like a lather bubble. And I will say, like your serum, and by the way, these have a similar scent because it's got that mandarin orange blossom oil. What I will say is that I like this on my whole body.
Oh yeah, I use it everywhere.
Because my skin everywhere is dry. Like, so this helps with the dry,
and it keeps your skin moist. I will also tell you that my entire family uses the She Bar. My son, who is 11, my husband, they all use the She Bar. So even though it says She Bar, and it was designed for our intimate tissue, it can be used anywhere, and it's meant anybody can use it. So, but I love this non-soap soap, the cleansing bar. It keeps you feeling fresh. It keeps you feeling hydrated. It keeps you feeling, like after a workout, it's what I go to.
Yeah. And
Dr. Sarah, this I think is hands down maybe her favorite product.
Yeah. It's not a synthetic fragrance either.
No. It's a mandarin orange blossom oil.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. My point is, it's like, this also is not going to linger on you. So you're going to be freshened up, but you're not going to be That being said, I walked in, so I'm at headquarters. Normally, all of you watch the Menopause More Joyful show. I'm usually on live by myself for, every couple of weeks, and I'm so glad to be here at headquarters. But the first thing I walked in, and Heather, who's moderating, I said, "Oh, I smell orange blossom." And it's also not like that. When you go in an elevator, someone's wearing like rose perfume. No, this isn't a perfume.
It's not that. And you're not gonna.
No,
it is very subtle, and it's just in the moment. It helps you feel fresh.
$13, like what a steal of a deal. We have 4 packs. Like you get a break when you buy more. Don't miss out on this. This is like another little fun hero. I want to bring up one of my favorite products before we revisit the VFit for the last couple of minutes, the Cold Her bra inserts. And I have to tell you,
yes.
I am sure that, Lauren and Heather, who produce the show and work with me every couple of weeks, it's like they know they can't not put the Cold Her in. So first of all, if you've ever had a hot flash, you know that it starts from here and works its way.
Your core right here.
Right. So it makes sense to hit it where it all begins. Now tell us about this technology, and I'm going to show you, don't go away, because I'm going to show you what it looks like when you get it, and then I'm going to show you, because I got one in my boob. All right, so talk about this.
Live demonstration. All right, so this uses phase change material. So this is also another innovation by Joylux, and why this is so unique is it actually cools your skin by drawing heat away without the need for refrigeration. So you do not need to put this in your refrigerator to get cold. Once it touches your skin, you feel this instant cooling effect, and then it works by drawing the heat.
Look at that.
Look at that. Okay, before heat, after heat. So it liquefies. So I guess the best analogy is like a candle. A candle is hard. The candle wax is hard. You light the candle, it melts and it liquefies, and that substance becomes liquid.
But I would argue, yes, that's how the technology works. But I've been calling this, and you can listen, she's the boss lady, boss the hot sauce. I like to call it almost like an empathy pad or an insert, because it takes what you don't want and gives you what you need. So it takes the heat, but gives you back coolness. Yeah. So right now, this is the one that was completely, well, now it's already hardening, but if it was completely liquefied, all you would see is liquid, which means now it needs to harden again. You don't need a fridge.
But you don't need a fridge. You just let it sit and then it goes room temperature and it goes back.
But you can see there's still a little bit left in here. So this will still work. I recommend, and again, we're getting into wedding season. Keep 2 of these for yourself, because if you're running hot all the time, you won't want to wait for it to
in the
solidify.
Summer, these are really popular because it is hot out there. So if you're doing sports, if you're playing
even
tennis,
if you're on menopause,
you don't even have to have a hot flash to use one of these, because it just naturally cools you. And the technology, again, was something that we discovered because it was used to transport produce and things overseas in large containers. They would wrap the food and all this in phase change material to help keep it cold without the need for refrigeration. So you didn't have to have a tanker and a container with all this electrical refrigeration. It used this technology. And so we went, well, why not put it on our skin?
Yeah.
Because that's what we do at Joylux. We take innovative products that may have been used in other applications, and we apply it to women's health.
And this one's starting to harden. So this one is the one I had on earlier. So you can see it's going to start to solidify again, and then it's good to go. But grab a backup set, because if you run hot, you're going to want to make sure you always have it. I will say also that some added feedback that you've received are from breastfeeding moms.
Yes. Put this right on your nipple. It helps cool that, because we know the little munchkins, they can get a little sore when they're sucking away. So this just helps cool and relieve any of that irritation or uncomfortableness due to the breastfeeding.
Yeah. Just checking on the comments here. Perfect, AG. I'm really glad that we answered your question. She said she will be ordering, just not sure which device or package. Okay, let me go through all of the options, and Colette will chime in as well. So we want to help you make that decision today, AJ, because every moment that you're not working toward improving your vaginal fitness and your intimate health is another day that you I'm not going to put the fear of God in everyone. You're not declining like in one day, but it's just the longer you
it's harder to then fix it. So we want you to get started now. The earlier you can start, the better. That's just general health and wellness. You want to start exercising when you're young, building up that resistance, that muscle resilience, not resistance, resilience. And that's important with your vaginal health too. So 3 models, the classic, this works great. Great way to start. It has the 6, 8, 10 minutes. Download the app. It guides you through your sessions. It has 6 sonic modes. Same one, but just a rose gold color, just to give you a little variety.
And only one that comes with all the bundle of stuff.
And it comes with the bundle of stuff. Now, this is the plus model. This was the model that we used to only sell through our doctor channel. This one gives you 30% more LED power. It has 12 treatment times, and it has that additional 4 sonic modes, so a total of 10 sonic modes. Why would you use this? It's just getting to the end result a little quicker. It's, maybe you don't have to use it for as long. We see women get there as soon as 3 weeks. This is 6 weeks. You maintain your once you get there and you maintain it, maybe it's just once a week of maintenance. This would be more 2 weeks. So it's just like, how much time, how much commitment are you willing to give, and what's your comfort level with price? So really design both to meet the majority of the needs out there. Both are fantastic, just how you want to arrive to the party.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, so with both of our classic devices, we have bundles available. The only device that we do not have a bundle available for is our Plus device. This is the one that Hallie said, I want that pro grade. I want the Plus. So
and the chrome handle. She designed that. This was her design aesthetic, and it's beautiful. It's very modern and high tech.
But it doesn't come with anything else. So if you're kind of going, what do I need at the very least? I'm going to say the photonic gel.
You have to have the photonic gel. It makes the insertion of the device more comfortable. It increases the power of both devices by an additional 45%, so that LED amplifies that LED light energy. Very, very important. So you must get your photonic gel and then get the wipes. So these were designed to clean the device. So I will say the one feedback I hear consistently is, how do I clean this? Not sure. This is medical grade silicone. You do not want to stick it in your washing machine, but you want to get that type of powerful clean. Soap and water sometimes isn't enough. So we designed this wipe to clean the device to technically we say 99.9% of bacteria, vaginal bacteria. We all have it, but it keeps it clean.
Don't use Lysol wipes on this.
No.
Don't do it because you damage the silicone.
Not only damaging the silicone, but you're eventually putting this back in your vagina. So all those other products have So this was designed specifically for the VFit device.
Yes. That being said, this is not your body wipe. This is your device wipe.
Yeah, do not put that down below.
We've got it. Okay, this is important. Jen said, presenters are saying you can start younger. By young, I don't mean like you're 15 years old necessarily. No. We're not talking about that. But she goes on to say,
in your 20s.
Before menopause, that implies we can still use it in our childbearing years.
Oh, yes. Our first study we did had women as low as 26 years in our study and as old as 65. So it definitely can be used for anyone, especially if you've had children. So you could be 26 and you're going to have more damage to your pelvic floor as a result of childbearing. So 100% you can use this.
One more thing, and this I think is important tonight, and I hope we've covered it, but I want to make sure we fully get you an answer, Jen. She said, but how can we use it when we're in our childbearing years if we don't know the potential impacts on what our eventual childbirth is? And I assume that Jen is probably referring to, like, do I know if I'm going to have a weakened pelvic floor strength?
Okay, I will break it down to very girlfriend to girlfriend here. If I had Dr. Sarah, she would be very medical. I'm talking to you girlfriend to girlfriend. If you are young and you don't do anything, chances are by the time you're in your 40s, 50% of women, so half the population, will experience vaginal health issues, whether it's dryness, incontinence, pain with sex. That number is conservative. We think it's a much higher number than 50% because most women don't report it. But we know from clinical data out there, from studies, it's at least 50%. So you do nothing, 50% of the population is going to experience one or more vaginal health issues. Now, if you've had children, that makes the number jump. And if you've had more than one child, Dr. Sarah will tell you you're almost 100% likely to experience vaginal health issues because of the trauma that occurs to the vaginal opening when you go through vaginal deliveries. 9 out of 10 women tear, and if you don't help heal that tearing, it leads to long-term damage, less sensation, incontinence, all these things. And then, of course, the drop in estrogen, we know, leads to vaginal dryness. So really, I mean, let's just be girlfriend to girlfriend. You're going to deal with something if you don't take care of your body. Now, if you religiously do Kegels and you do them right and have not had children and are really good about hydration, you drink, your 10 glasses of water every day, you may be one that doesn't experience these issues. Oh, and you're active. It's also, again, use it or lose it. So stay active in the bedroom. That helps keep you naturally lubricated. Orgasms help you keep you naturally lubricated because it releases all that, wonderful stuff. So, so yes, but chances are when you get to a certain age, if you don't take care of yourself, you'll experience the issues. So why do I say start early? Just like anything in life. If you want to be fit in your later years, you start early. You go to the gym in your 20s. You do Pilates, yoga, run, whatever it takes in your 20s so that by the time you're in your 40s or 50s, you are fit. You are strong.
You're not starting from behind.
I lifted, you know what I love? Because everybody now in menopause says lifting weights is the best thing you can do for your body. Right. You hear, oh, it's not about, starving yourself to stay thin. It's about lifting weights. My dad was a weightlifter, and so he got me lifting weights in my 20s. And so I'm telling you, my muscles are so strong today because of the weightlifting I did with my dad in my 20s. Same thing with your pelvic floor health. Start young. So when you're in your 50s, when you're in your 60s, you're not experiencing all the issues that most women face.
And so Jen says, I don't know how this device and its effect on the pelvic floor or vaginal tone impacts labor pain, efficiency, and all of that. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a wellness device that supports the health and wellness of your vagina, the tone of everything, the tissue support, and all of that. So, I mean, everyone is individually different. What I will say is this is hormone-free. It's non-invasive. It's a heck of a lot cheaper than
physical therapy
than vaginal rejuvenation.
I will say, to your point, everybody's labor experience is different. We don't know if you're going to have a 10-pound baby or a 5-pound baby, and that impacts delivery. So each woman is unique, but what I can say generically is if you're healthy and you have tools that promote health and wellness early on, chances are you'll go through these life experiences and have better outcomes. But every person is unique. But if you don't do it, then chances are you'll have bigger issues.
Yeah, no, for sure. Margarita said, how long before sensation comes back? Lauren, let's put up the clinical results because, again, improved sensation, 89% in your clinical studies. Is it hard to kind of identify when?
Yeah. So this is, again, every body is unique. Everybody's experience is unique. I don't know where you're starting from. Having said that, when we did our studies, we saw women improving within 6 weeks, with women within 2 to 3 weeks noticing change happening with their body, and sensation was one of them. They reported that they felt more sensation. They felt something was happening. They even said their partners noticed change down there within like 3 weeks. But those are women that are using it per our protocol. Again, depends on, there's so many factors that can impact this. So the key is sticking with our recommended protocol. And then chances are you'll be like the majority of the women, and the majority of the women saw improvement as early as 3 weeks, with 6 weeks really being where they got to the end result that they were.
Let's take a look at the testimonials, Lauren. And again, testimonials from people maybe just like you at variety of ages. I like that we've got 46-year-old Kate and we've got 61-year-old Lauren. We had on some of the shows I've done,
vaginal moisture increase within a few sessions. Again, that's also about improving sexual function, because we know when you improve that, your whole body responds and everything starts working again. That's really key. Absolutely one of the best investments for my health that I've ever made. Moisture, sensitivity, tissue health, and more. Thank you, Donna. And then Lauren, my wish would be every woman would be able to have a VFit. And we wish that too. And that's why we have payment plans. So if out of the gate, the $399 is too much or $395 is too much, we do have a membership program that breaks it down into installment payments. We really want to help women as best as we can have access to the tools to improve their overall health and well-being and their confidence. Yeah. I keep saying that because that's so important. This is about your confidence, how you feel. In the membership program, you too will get to experience all these great tools, all of these at a significant discount. I think it works out to more than 30% discount. So it's just an awesome program that I encourage you to sign up for.
Yeah, and I appreciate, I know a lot of you do, because we know that it's an investment. But again, for some reason, the guys have no problem, talking about what they need to support, and whatever the cost would be, they would make it happen. And more than trying to sell you something, we want you to fully understand the why. Like, it's all good and fine for us to say, great, here's what the VFit does, but you're going to think, like, why is it important for you to have that experience? And you talk about confidence. And although, again, I'm not a psychologist and we're certainly not doing clinical studies on mental health, but the way we feel about ourselves is so important. And if you can have the VFit or the Let's Spin that makes you feel more comfortable in the bedroom, or to have a moisturized vulva, if that makes you feel good about yourself, again, regular person talking here, that's got to be somewhat good for your health mentally in that way.
Dawn, I want to end on this one note. That is, sexual health is vital to our overall health and well-being, period. End of story. That's not functioning well. This doesn't function well. The rest of you doesn't function well. So you have to take care of your sexual function just like you take care of the rest of your health. And that absolutely improves your confidence and your well-being and your mental health.
What a great way to end. And Debbie, I'm so glad you grabbed the VFit membership. Well done. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on our Menopause Made More Joyful show, live from Joylux HQ in Seattle.
Thank you, Dawn, for being here. That's so awesome.
It's been a minute. I think it's been about 10 years since you and I worked together.
Yeah. So good to have you here.
And we appreciate all of your vulnerability, for you sharing your stories and your questions. This is a safe space. Let's throw the phone number up again. We have real people here at Joylux answering your questions and helping you navigate this space with support and with people that are going through it just like you. So Colette, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate you talking about this and sharing with all of our wonderful Joylux customers.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.